Hi, everybody. Jennifer Schaus here. We're coming to you live today from Washington, D.C. Thanks for joining us. This is our webinar series on big tech in federal government contracting. All of our webinars are recorded and they are complimentary. You can find them over on our YouTube channel along with 700 other government contracting webinars. If you click on the YouTube link there, that will allow you to subscribe to our channel, which again does not cost you anything. And you'll be alerted when today's webinar, as well as any other webinars that we upload, are listed there on the channel. So I encourage you to take 2 minutes to hop over there. In the event that you're listening to the live or to the recorded webinar on YouTube, give us a like, leave a comment. We would love to hear from you. A quick blurb about us. We've been in the federal contracting business for 20+ years. I've got the gray hair to prove it. And as I mentioned, we are based in DC, primarily working with established government contractors, helping them get onto the GSA schedule through all phases, both pre and post award. This includes sales and marketing support, proposal writing, business development. And separate from that, we do have marketing and advertising services in the event that you're selling to federal contractors. This includes events, webinars such as this, our newsletters, which go out on Mondays and Wednesdays, and other opportunities to showcase your company. If you want our media kit, just shoot us an email to the hello@jenniferschaus.com. Somebody from our marketing team will send that over to you. We do have an event coming up Monday, December 9th, so it's exactly 2 months away. We have sold quite a few sponsorships, so if you want your logo on this slide and you want a table at the event, as well as some pre-event promotion on our LinkedIn page and in our newsletter, you can contact us in order to learn how to become a sponsor at the event. It's at the Kennedy Center, and we expect over 300 attendees who will primarily be government contractors. On the government side, we've got confirmation from a variety of DoD agencies, as well as USAID, and then our local friends here at Amtrak. All of these small business offices and or supplier diversity folks will be there from, again, Amtrak and the others that you see here. If you're interested in getting on one of these contract vehicles, either the open and rolling GSA multiple award schedule or any of these others, you can shoot us an email again to hello@jenniferschaus.com and we can help you with that. Okay, a little bit about the series. As I mentioned, we're covering the big tech companies in federal contracting. All of these webinars are recorded and complimentary. They're posted on YouTube. If you're looking just for the PowerPoint, you can hop over to slideshare.net. That's a complimentary site. Log in there with your LinkedIn credentials. It won't cost you anything, and you can download any of our 700 plus PowerPoints from the associated webinars on that site. Here's where we are. Today we're covering Apple. Everything that's been highlighted in gray we've covered, and those recordings are on our website under the section called Big Tech. After we get through next week, we'll be mostly halfway through, or about halfway through the series. We do skip the week of Thanksgiving, but as you can see, it is a full schedule. Again, these are all on Wednesdays at 12 o'clock. Data providers, we've got two organizations to thank. First is Fed Consult. That's going to be Ms. Archisa Meehan. You'll hear from her in a moment. We also want to thank our friends over at GovSpend. GovSpend provides government procurement data and analytics to organizations buying and selling in the public sector with transparency and accountability at the center of what they do. They strive to place data-driven insights into the hands of federal, state, local, and education customers so that they can win more government contracts. The federal solution, which is the FedMine platform, harnesses data from 19 federal sources and empowers federal agencies to seamlessly explore the market, gain valuable insights through comprehensive spending analysis, and access detailed vendor profiles in real time. We also want to thank our in-kind sponsors and partners. And we've got GovEvents, Set Aside Alert, and the Fairfax County Economic Development Authority. GovEvents is the premier platform for posting events related to government and government contracting. You can find all of our webinars and our events on govevents.com, as well as recordings from our past 700 plus webinars. We also want to thank Tom Johnson and his team at Set Aside Alert. That's the go-to publication for contracting opportunities for small women-owned, veteran-owned, hub zone, and 8A firms. Visit setasidealert.com for more information. Also, Fairfax County Economic Development Group is a great resource for businesses in Northern Virginia. Please visit their website or their calendar to learn about events and trainings, including this webinar series. Additionally, the Virginia Apex Accelerator, formerly known as PTAC's Procurement Technical Assistance Center, is co-located at the George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia. They provide one-on-one counseling, mentorship, matchmaking, as well as training assistance. If you click on their training calendar, you'll get a robust list of a variety of government contracting trainings. You can also contact them by email or phone number, as you see there on your screen. Our corporate sponsors include the companies that you see here on your screen. And first, we want to thank FedBiz Access. FedBiz Access, Advantage FedBiz Access empowers small businesses with the tools, resources, and expertise needed to succeed in the federal marketplace. With over 23 years of experience, the team has helped clients secure over $34.7 billion in awards. They guide businesses through the complexities of government contracting with innovative marketing solutions, personalized support, and a steadfast commitment to your success. By fostering strong relationships and delivering exceptional results, they've become a trusted partner for businesses seeking to expand their federal contracting opportunities. Experience the FedBiz Access difference and unlock your potential today. You can call them direct at the phone number you see there on your screen. C3 Integrated Solutions. If you're thinking about getting in on big tech contracts with DoD, you need to prepare for CMMC. Compliance could be a requirement as soon as the spring of 2025, so it's important to start now. No matter where you are in the process, whether you're still in planning mode or you've started and stopped, C3 can help. C3 provides a prescribed path to compliance that relieves 80% of all of your CMMC Level 2 assessment objectives, including 100% of all IT-related objectives, and supports you through the remaining 20%. Ensure your competitive advantage, lock in valuable DoD contracts, and get started with CMMC today. Contact C3 for more information by visiting their website. FedPub Seminars. For over 65 years, Federal Publication Seminars has been the premier provider of government contracts training, widely regarded as the industry's gold standard. Expert-led courses offer comprehensive education for all levels, from beginner to advanced professionals, covering essentials, up-to-date topics crucial to government contracting. Learn more about FPS and their training solutions at FedPub Seminars. They also have an event coming up in early December. R. Turner Consulting. R. Turner Consulting is a GovCon growth consultancy delivering the full spectrum of business development, capture, and proposal services from a team of experienced consultants led by Mr. Robert Turner. The firm offers fixed price IDIQ proposals, curated market intelligence, delivering scalable pipeline support, fpdsplus.com, which is a free GovCon data analytics application, as well as rfqplus.ai, an AI-driven subscription delivering qualified IDIQ task orders to your inbox with your own personal AI assistant. It works for you on your document collection and keeps your data private. R. Turner Consulting helps you bid smarter and win more. GovPro AI is revolutionizing government contracting. They transform your past proposals into a powerful AI engine, delivering customized pink team drafts in just 48 hours. By cutting drafting time by 70% and reducing costs by half, GovPro AI allows you to focus on what truly matters, strategy and win themes. Their human-in-the-loop approach ensures compliance and quality while seamlessly integrating with your existing processes. Built by GovCon experts for GovCons, they truly understand your challenges. Want to boost your win rates and expand your federal business? Visit GovPro AI today to schedule a demo and see how they can supercharge your proposal process. The future of government contracting is here. Don't get left behind. WorkPlan. WorkPlan is a modern cloud-based ERP system hosted by Amazon Web Services that allows federal contractors to efficiently run and grow their business. It was built by federal contractors for contractors. WorkPlan allows contractors to remain FAR and DCAA compliant. Additionally, it allows remote access through desktop, cell phone, iPad, or laptop. gain actionable insights from reports that cover multi-year contracts, multiple periods, the entire enterprise, or drill down for more detail. Report on direct and indirect project cost and project profitability in real time. Learn more and request a demo at workplan.com. Okay, again, we want to thank our sponsors for making this series complimentary and free to you. They pay, so you don't have to. So feel free to please visit their sites. Our series speaker today is Ms. Archiza Meehan from Fed Consult. Archiza will be providing the data through GovSpend, and she will give us her insights and thoughts. And I'm going to stop talking right now so she can say hello. Archiza, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Jennifer. Hello, everyone. My name is Archiza Meehan. I am the founder of Fed Consult, a strategic consulting company that's focused on the federal space. I've been in the federal industry, again, like Jennifer said, have so many years and gray hairs to prove it, but more in the federal spend intelligence for almost 8 years when I was at FedMine and then GovSpend. Excited to be here today as we talk about Apple. So.
Thank you so much, Archiza. Great to have you. And as Archiza told us, we are covering Apple today. So everybody is hopefully familiar with Apple, a household name. We've got some basic company information related to the federal sector. So if you hop over to their website, obviously everyone's probably been on the Apple website, but they do have a government section. Nothing that's, overly profound or shocking on their site. Pretty well organized into federal, state, and local. A link to then let the government employees make their purchases through a variety of dealers and resellers or that you see here. And the list goes on. This was just a screenshot of the first half of the page, or the first probably third of the page. They do have their government purchase program, T's and C's, but more related to the next thing that we're going to cover is public policy, money that they've spent on political contributions, which we'll see when we get to the lobbying data and their political contributions. Below this is a screenshot of the state and local, but since we're covering federal, we'll just go ahead and stick with that. As far as AI initiatives, again, most individuals and companies should be very familiar with Apple and kind of what they're doing and see their name in newspaper headlines on a pretty regular basis. And this is just some of the screenshots from what they're doing on the AI side. They do have a section called events. I was hoping to find something related there more to any federal government related events, but this actually is more focused on their AI component, which I would encourage you to take a look at. When we hop over to LinkedIn, it's just the main page for Apple, based in California, like most of the other companies that we've looked at thus far. They do not have a Apple public sector page that's different from this, but they do have some of the other Apple platforms that you can follow. When we look at their stock price, they are publicly traded on the NASDAQ. You saw their ticker there. Their top 5 stockholders are going to be all of the names that we saw more or less in the past 5 webinars that we covered on the other big tech companies. All names here that most people are probably familiar with. I think BlackRock has been consistent throughout the series, State Street and Geode as well. Vanguard, I think, is maybe in 3 of the last 5. So just as an FYI, and the reason we're sharing this is just to give you a broader picture of these companies. We're not encouraging anybody to purchase or to not purchase their stock, or if you have it, to purchase more or to sell what you have. It's just to give you more of an overall picture how various current events as well as federal contracting pieces of their business may or may not affect their business. So they've got a pretty healthy stock price. When we go back to kind of the beginning of time, if you were smart enough to purchase their stock back then, you probably have a smile on your face right now, or probably not even watching webinars right now. When we move over to lobbying information, we grab this data from a public website called Open Secrets. They've spent in 2023, almost 10 million on lobbying. As you can see here, it's grown exponentially as their business has grown, almost similar chart to their stock price, where as their business has grown and become more of a household name, so has the money that they've spent on lobbying, as well as the number of lobbyists that they've used. When we look at the 2024 data, it's incomplete just because the reporting is not yet in, but last year basically was the year that they've spent the most on lobbying. But if you look back at 2021, almost on par for the number of lobbyists, but significantly less money. So you can kind of do the math and do some averages, but again, that's theirs more or less as an FYI. Now we're going to go over to sam.gov and look at their information as it relates to government contracting. I'm going to put myself on mute and hand it over to Archisa.
Perfect, thank you. So this, again, we sometimes do see with a lot of these companies that they might have multiple entities, but this is the one that we're looking for, Apple Inc. If we go to the next slide and look at the awards that they've actually won, it's not that much. And you can see that over, it's actually less than 50,000 for FY24. And these numbers, I created the slide last week, so it is pretty accurate when we're looking at FY24. And the State Department is one of their clients, as is the Department of Justice. And these acquisitions really have been more for iPhones and cases and just products that they're buying directly from Apple. And again, when we're looking at a lot of these companies, it sort of boils down to what is it that they are providing, what are they known for, and in this case, a lot of the Apple acquisitions are more product based. So if we go to the next slide, I think we're looking at DoD, and again, if we go to the next slide, it's pretty small acquisitions that are being happening from Navy, so nothing really to talk about when we look at the federal government spend. In terms of other relevant information, and we look at the NAICS and the PSC codes. Again, the NAICS is mainly in, and this is for all the years that we're talking about from FY20, it's in the electronic computer manufacturing. That's really what Apple does. And you can see all of the NAICS codes sort of tie into what it does, which is always good to see. And if I go to the next slide, it'll do a similar analysis for PSCs. So again, a little more spread out here. And, if you've heard me before, I would definitely tell you to pay attention to the PSC codes. They give a much better representation of what is it that's actually being acquired. My next slide I want to say is about the subcontracts that have been won by Apple. And you could see they've done some work with Carnegie Mellon University, MIT, Peraton, and PAE. And again, these, when I go into the details, it's really for IMAX and other products. One thing that I do want to mention when we're talking about subcontract data that's made public, it is self-reported. The data is made available in USA Spending, and it actually comes from FSRS, which is one of the federal data sets where you could actually, make where you do that reporting. And if I go to the next slide, it's, these NAICS codes really relate to the prime contract. So hence you could see it's for R&D. It's typically for the prime, and you don't have that level of self-reporting in terms of the NAICS codes for these subcontracts. Next slide is looking at the agency where the primes were for, and you could see that it's mainly the Air Force and NASA. So this is where the research contracts are, with the two universities. So, and then of course we have NASA. Next slide. Of course, when we're looking at product sales, while a lot of these larger companies might have smaller acquisitions being done directly from them. A lot of times we'll see the solutions being sold by resellers or OEMs. And if what I decided to do was I decided to use the keywords of iPads, iPhones, and MacBooks. So let's go to the next slide. So for FY24, about almost $20 million was awarded to 118 companies for these keywords. And you could see that the top 10 companies include Atlantic Diving, Structure Sure Projects, Mac Business Solutions. So it's a nice mix of companies that are actually winning these contracts for products. If I go to the next slide, it'll be the top NAICS codes, which again, are manufacturing, electronic computing, computer manufacturing type of NAICS codes. And in terms of agencies, interestingly, DLA is one of the larger agencies, which is acquiring all of these products, followed by Air Force, Army, Homeland. So sort of tells you where these products are being used. And I think that's important as you're trying to understand Apple and trying to get a better understanding of where are those products and solutions being sold. And I think that's it on the federal spending side this time for Apple. Yeah.
Thank you for the great information there. And Apple just seems like it mirrors their commercial or consumer kind of company methodology and process, that it's going to be individual sales versus any sort of large department or agency information. But it's still, I think, important to know that
yes.
they're probably, great.
Okay. Totally.
On federal sector news, it's going to be a little thin as well. This isn't exactly federal sector news, but it was just news that I thought was important as far as their work with OpenAI. Here's just another headline that was as of this morning, and just some antitrust information that that was also posted within the last couple days. So they're in this potential antitrust case along with Google, Amazon, and Meta. Again, I think Amazon is next week. We've already covered Google and Meta, but just some information as kind of an FYI. This is more or less the same information, just different news outlets and fairly relevant. And that's all that we have today for you. Again, it's just the nature of their business is to sell more individually rather than through the departments and agencies. So that intelligence should allow you to make some decisions on how you want to work with them or not. Archisa, anything to add here?
No, I think, like you said, this is just data to help, and it sort of ties in with what they really do. And maybe we'll see them changing over the next few years. Let's see.
Yeah, exactly. Again, today's webinar has been complimentary. If you're watching it on YouTube, leave us a comment, ask a question. We'd love to hear from you, and subscribe to the channel. It won't cost you anything. A little reminder about our event, which is exactly 2 months from today. Not exactly to the hour, but almost. It's over at the Kennedy Center, about 300 to 400 attendees, primarily government contractors. We only have a couple tables left if you want to be a sponsor. They have been selling like hotcakes. Here's who will be here from the government side, including our local friends from Amtrak. Everybody else is federal. And here are our sponsors. So if you'd like to join us at the event, send us an email. The email address to use is the hello@jennifershouse.com, and we'll provide you the registration link and all of the details that you need. So thanks to GovConsult, GovSpend, Archisa Meehan for putting this data together and analyzing it with us and sharing her time with us. Thanks to everybody who made it today for the live presentation and or the recorded presentation. We'll send the link out within about 24 hours, probably less, and we hope to see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.